Hello, sir. Can we meet you?
My name is Ayomija.
Yeah. We are just conducting a research on the current issue of the flood that is happening at Koja. So we want to know your view over it as a Nigerian, which we know you should be concerned with it as well.
Obviously. First of all, we know that flood is a natural phenomenon, that it is whenever rain, for some time now, there will be no trade on TV and listening to it on radio and read it on the newspaper. But all I just know is just that flood is a natural phenomenon, and sometimes if it goes beyond what it seems, it is usually caused by humans because of our inexperience, because of our illiteracy and ignorance of our environment. Sometimes it's our ignorance to cause flood in our environment.
Sorry, is it a current issue in Nigeria or?
Obviously, it is a current. It is not only in Kogi State, even right here in Lagos State, it is happening. Go to places, go to the likes of Igotu, the likes of Ajegunle, and places like that. Even as last year, we all know what happened in the Ajegunle, that they were even thinking of what do they call it, to declaring a state of emergency. You know, like that. So it's not only there. So this thing is happening all over Nigeria and it's affecting it. It's not even in Nigeria alone. You go to China. Yes, there is what do they call it? There is flood there also. So it's not only in Nigeria, and you know when there is flood, it affects a lot of activities, both internally and externally.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, from your own view, from your own perception, what do you think the federal government or the state should do as a way out?
Okay, the first thing I would advise them to do is just that to sensitize people, the inhabitants of the environment, to tell them to just educate them on how to use their environment, on how to dispose their trash bins. Not that they should use, when the rain is falling, they take that as a medium, they now throw their dirt into the rain. For crying out loud, where is the water going to pass? It's going to pass through the drainage. And when the dirts are too much for the drainage, it becomes blocked. And when another rainfall, what happens? There will be nowhere for water to go again. So the state, either the state or federal government, should sensitize the people on how to use their environment and on how to dispose their dirt. And another thing is just that the federal government themselves to build more drainages. You can get to a local government and see one or two drainages. For example, you should have at least 10 drainages in a particular local government, so that while water is going through this place, it will be passing through other places too. And in some places you will not see gutter. So we need what they call it, infrastructures to make this real. So I would advise the government to work on their own part and to sensitize people living in the environment on how to dispose their dirt.
How are your solutions about?
Yeah, that's my recommendation for the federal government.
Well, thank you. But do you have anybody that is affected with this current one?
Personally, I don't have people living there. But the one that happened in Ajegunle, yes, I had people there and I heard of their yearnings and their lamentations like that. But I still blame them for everything. Because if you get to a place like that, Ajegunle, you still see people as of now still disposing their deaths on the street. So, but personally, on my own note, I've been fortunate to live in areas that doesn't get affected by flood. So, but I have people that have one time or the other been affected by flood.
Thanks very much, sir. Used to see you some other time.
All right.
We experienced, the kind of excess of flow, and the road was so terrible that it took like 4 or 5 hours to travel through just, a journey of 10 to 15 minutes. So it was one of the most dangerous disasters I've ever experienced, especially last year of recent.
Then what was the federal government reaction towards that last day?
Actually, the state government came, but we didn't see anything from the federal government. The governor himself was around. The governor of Lagos State, Governor Raji Fashola, was around, and he saw things. He made a lot of promises, and I think something is going on right now to address that issue.
Okay. So according to your own, what's your view that federal or state government should just go through to prevent all these floods everywhere?
Yeah, I think they have all departments, both at the federal and state levels. They have offices that are in charge of regional planning and urban planning. So all the officers in charge of this, I think the federal government should, call them up to their task so that they should, pick up their responsibility and see how they will draw a new structure of how to, plan how these societies will be.
Is it possible for us to see you some other time?
Of course, of course.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you.